Hey, hey, this is Jen.
And Jacqueline, and welcome to
The Spin Cycle.
As always, make sure you follow us on social at Spin Cycle Pod and subscribe to the Spin Cycle YouTube channel.
Let's get this started.
Let's go.
How's your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah?
Weekend, Jen.
It was great.
Good.
Valentine's Day was great.
Yeah.
Did a lot of riding this weekend.
Did you show Mike the reel I made?
Yes, he saw it. He asked me before. He's like, did I make it onto Instagram? So
I showed it to him when I was in the studio.
he was really excited about it. He had a great time.
The Four Corner was great.
It was. He did kick over our candle.
No, he didn't. I didn't know that.
He did. And it threw him way off, you know. But overall, he did great. He had fun. I think the class was really fun. It was funny too. Like the banter between Mike and I, and Mike and the all the riders was really funny.
Good.
So we had a really good time.
Good.
Yeah.
Speaking of the candles, did you take the new candle holders up to Baltimore yet?
No, I'm going to do that today.
Oh, wait, it's Monday.
I'll be up there tonight.
I'm thrown off. This morning I taught in Annapolis at
You did?
5:45. I did. I think I was covering for Ellie.
Oh gosh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I love teaching at that time. It was 7:15. I feel like I had so much stuff done. I was showered. I had breakfast. I had taught a class. Wasn't even 8 a.m. yet.
Oh my God,
Wasn't
that's
even
amazing.
7:30 yet.
Yeah. Well, I have been. The wind around here has been crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So last night I was so excited about watching the SNL 50th anniversary special, and my Comcast Wi-Fi, Comcast cable, all out all night long, still out. So my sister's here visiting with my niece, and so we literally all sat around my coffee table and watched it using my hotspot
Oh my gosh.
on my computer, which is not very big. So it was like old-fashioned times. I mean, you couldn't realize that how important your Wi-Fi is, and just to be able to get on your cable. Like it was such an interruption. Like I don't really look forward to too many shows on TV, but this was one that I really wanted to see.
Yeah.
I've been really excited about it. So I didn't want to miss it. So we gathered around my little computer and watched it. And I loved it. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
And what'd you think?
I thought it was really funny. I am interested to hear because this is our first time talking about it.
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
I thought it was great. You know, my sister Beck and I were talking about it as we went, and we really felt like, and tell me if you thought so too. We thought that everybody seemed really nervous. Like all the skits, they didn't flow as easy as they normally do. And we have a theory behind that. We think it's because of the audience, of who was in the audience.
Okay.
That it made everybody who was like performing, if you will, a little extra nervous.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, some of these like classic, people, like we saw Chevy Chase and, Robert De Niro was in there. There were so many people. So I think that they were just very critical, and I think they were nervous. And I get that. Like if I was teaching to a class full of like spin instructors, I might be a little more nervous, maybe. A little bit different idea. But I do think that it didn't, I could feel the nerves a little bit. But overall, I thought it was funny. I stayed up the whole night to watch and didn't miss a second.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I thought it was going to end at 11 and it just kept on going.
Yes.
What time did it end?
Well, I don't know, because we started a little late. So because I couldn't get my Wi-Fi situation we had to get that all figured out. So I think we didn't go to bed until after 11:30. Like it wasn't over for me, but I think I had to go rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
I have a few favorite parts.
Same.
I think that Kate McKinnon is so funny.
Oh my, the alien bit. That alien.
Meryl Streep.
What? I know.
So funny.
Yeah.
It was so funny. That was probably one of my favorite skits.
Yeah. I mean, that skit anyway is always so funny. Like she's great.
So I don't watch Saturday Night Live on the regular.
Oh my God. So I do.
Yeah.
And you know why I do? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm making a playlist for Sunday morning. So I end up staying up late and it comes on And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm already like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, I've got one earbud in, making a playlist, and
Yeah.
then watching with one ear to the TV. So I do watch it a lot. So have you seen that skit before?
No.
What?
No.
Oh my God, there's so many. You got to go back and watch all of them.
Really?
They're hilarious. That one was good, but I'm telling you, there have been other ones that are so, so funny.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. I can't believe you've never seen that.
Mm.
Well, no wonder.
Nope.
You know what I thought was funny? And did you see the Scared Straight skit? It had Eddie Murphy in it.
Oh my gosh, the one in the prison.
In the prison.
So funny. It was so funny. And then when Will Ferrell came
Oh
in,
my God.
I was dying laughing.
So that was probably one of my favorites.
Talking about their movies, like the Nutty Professor was talked about, and then Elf. It was
That was
funny.
probably one of my favorites of the night. And you know who else? Adam Sandler. Did you see him? He sang.
Oh yes, I got a little bored. I think I went into the kitchen.
Oh my God, you missed the best part because it started out maybe a little slow, but it definitely picked up
Okay.
at mid song. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good.
How about Tina Fey and Amy Poehler talking to Ryan Reynolds? So when they were interviewing the audience,
Oh, right.
Ryan
right,
Reynolds
yes,
had a
yes,
question.
Yes.
and Amy Poehler was like, "How you doing?" And he's like, "Why would it
Yes.
hurt?"
Oh my God. Oh, with Blake Lively.
Blake Lively's face.
I think that was choreographed.
You think?
Yes.
Mm,
Yes. Well, I guess it is live TV. Maybe it wasn't.
I don't know. I just
Maybe
feel
that's
like
what you
her
heard.
face was like, "We should not have done this."
He's like, what have you heard? Well, you know what? It's what it is, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's part of
I don't know. I like tensed up a little bit when I was watching it.
Yeah, I think they knew it was coming.
Mhm.
I can't imagine they
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan Reynolds' reaction, like, well, no, what have you heard? What have you heard? I think that was, I think it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny.
It was good. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That whole bit. I wanted more of that.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Mm-hmm. I thought Sabrina Carpenter was great too.
Well, I was surprised. You know, I was wondering why she was like so prominent. Like, she's a relatively new artist.
She's relatively new, but she is funny.
Yeah. I mean, she did
She
do a
is.
good job on that skit.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that out of all of the, musical performers and people who have been on there, that she sort of was the one that they picked to,
Oh, I'm not surprised by that.
no, maybe it's just more current.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that was it. Overall, like, so you don't watch Saturday Night Live. You don't have a favorite from before? Like, what's your favorite?
Probably the Target skit
Same. Yeah.
because you showed it to me and it's just really fun.
Well, have you ever seen the NPR one?
No, no NPR.
Yeah, I think I showed it to you.
NPR.
So when we started this podcast,
We should tell everyone that your sister's sitting here watching us.
yeah, she's visiting. But so when we first started with this idea of doing a podcast, it reminded me of the Saturday Night Live NPR skit, and it was the one with like the Christmas cookies. I don't know why I don't want to say it. You know, what's his name?
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin was in it.
Okay.
Remember?
Mm.
That's
Oh,
So it's the two ladies, and they're talking. They're like, "Hi," and then
yes,
And you're like-
yes. You just you showed me this around Christmas time.
So every time we do this podcast, it reminds me of it just a little bit.
Why?
There's-
Why?
Well, because they're talking into a microphone, and they're talking about current things. I suppose I don't know, but if you know it, you know what I'm talking about.
NPR. What does NPR stand for?
National Public Radio, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
NPR.
N as in Nancy.
Oh, I thought you meant M as in Mark.
No,
Oh,
NPR.
got it.
So, yeah, if you know that skit, check it out, and you might get a laugh.
It's the sweaty ball skit. I think we can just say it. We can say it.
You can say it.
You can say it. So before, we totally skipped over pickleball. I played pickleball for the first time this weekend.
You did.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we had a little instructor
like team building.
building thing.
Yeah.
We had everybody come out to the Put Away, which is up 97, right near Benfield Boulevard. And everybody came out and we played pickleball. And we had some of the husbands and boyfriends come. join as well, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Little competitive. I pulled like a hamstring kind of, or strained it. I didn't pull it. Just going after it. So, but that was it was really fun.
Really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to do it again.
Yeah, I think so too. I think everybody had a great time. And then we went out afterwards to a little place called Libations, right next door, sort of. Pretty close anyway. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a nice night.
Mm-hmm.
Pickleball's one of those games that everybody can play. Everybody, anybody, like any ability, it's fun no matter what.
Yeah. And then once you get the hang of it, it becomes addicting.
Yeah.
Like towards the end, I like figured out how to kind of like spike the ball.
Yeah. Like
I don't know what dinking it. I don't know the lingo yet.
I don't really know that lingo either, but they do call it a dink. Dink, you dink around, I suppose. But you can, it's like a cross between ping pong, maybe badminton and tennis.
Yeah.
Would you say it's like a wiffle ball?
Right.
That's the kind of strange thing.
It's like playing tennis, but your racket isn't as heavy and the ball's as heavy.
Right. Yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
I recommend it. If you've never played pickleball, I would definitely play it.
Should we talk about the red nails now or later?
Yeah.
So I found on Instagram Reels, I was just surfing through Instagram and I found this reel that talked about the red nail theory. Have you heard of the red nail theory?
Well, I actually just thought you had red nails because of Valentine's Day.
No, I didn't even paint them until after Valentine's Day was over.
Oh.
I painted them Saturday morning.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this Instagram situation?
Because of this Instagram such situation, yes, I was influenced by a reel that talked about the red nail theory. And there are a couple different theories out there. And one of the main ones is not the reason why I painted my nails. So apparently, the red nail theory is you paint your nails red and it makes men more attracted to you. Apparently it makes you seem more attractive. But there is another theory that red nails give you more confidence and make you feel more powerful.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why my nails are red, because I want to feel more confident. But I thought it was really interesting. And I just didn't know if you had also.
I've never heard that. I don't generally wear too much nail polish, and specifically red nail polish. I don't know why I've never been a red nail polish person.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I do think it looks really pretty. Every time I see it on somebody's nails, I really do like it.
Yeah.
I don't have a tendency to love it on my own for some reason, but I don't know if, that's really right. I just think maybe it's me looking at everybody else. Like my sister has red nails right now. You have red nails, and they really are.
Good. I love it.
Yeah, they look pretty. So I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
So.
I just thought that was really cool. And I think there's something else too out there. It doesn't have to be specifically red, but if you wear the same color nail polish for an entire year, it's supposed to do something to you. I don't know the story behind it.
Ruin your nails?
No.
Ruin your nail beds? I don't know.
No, not necessarily. But just I think there's something mental about looking down at your hands and them being the same color. I guess if they're no color, it might have something to do with memory, maybe. I'm not sure. I
don't know. I like the idea of nail polish, but I don't love the look of nail polish when it's half on, half.
Yes.
So it's like all or nothing.
Right.
And, so I love it when it's perfectly sort of done, but then that in between is a no-go for me.
Right.
So I opt for no nail polish.
So I took your class yesterday, Sunday.
Yes.
I love to take your classes on Sundays.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, I usually don't teach on Sundays. Those are my day off. And I love to go to church, and then I'll go and I'll take Jen's class. And while I was in your class yesterday, it reminded me of a few things that we are planning to bring to Tribe up in the spring.
That's right.
Do you want to kick us off?
So a couple things. Our first one is that we want to bring a fundamentals class back to the studio. We did this a long time ago. My very dear friend Meg and I, when she used to work at Tribe, she's moved away since. But she and I did teach a fundamentals class to, it was one class. It was on the schedule for 1 month. And we went over all of the basic riding techniques, the idea behind each move, and all of that we covered in this class. So the class was slower, not in pace necessarily. It was just a little bit more instruction in that way. So with a little bit more in between each song to prepare each person for each piece of choreo.
So when you say it was on the schedule for a month, was it just on like once?
I think we may have had 2 classes,
Okay.
and people signed up and they came, and they were, at the time we were a new studio.
Yeah.
So it was very well received, and we had plans on continuing it, but then I think things just got so crazy and busy at that time that it fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
I think we've come to the point where we're ready to do it.
Yeah. I think we still need to talk through the logistics of it, but I think putting it out on the schedule and saying the second Sunday of every month or something along those lines, where, how long do you think it should be? Like 45 minutes or?
I think longer. I mean, I think if you're really going to get, and I don't think anybody should shy away from this class either.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be necessarily any easier because of, it's just going to be more instruction because of the type of class it is. But I think it's going to be a really great class for everybody, not just new people. I think everybody can benefit from, because I get a lot of questions from positioning on the bike, from setting up their bike. So we'll spend extra time getting everybody properly set up. We'll spend extra time talking about when they ride, how they really should shift their weight back and less gripping on the handles. Like, there's so many pieces, but we can work individually with people too on the setup before class starts and after. So I do believe that it would benefit everybody, not just new people. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
So I think we're going to bring it back. Let us know what you think. I would really love any feedback from you all who do ride, and let us know if you'd be interested in doing that, or how often we should do it.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. I get a lot of positive feedback when I'm explaining certain things during class, but also I have specific classes where I know that everyone in the class rides that class every single week, except with the exception of a few people, and they don't really need that instruction. So they also like to not hear that instruction every single time. But it would be nice to have that opportunity for clients to go to understand the foundations of everything.
If you're new, definitely come in early.
Totally.
That way we can spend some time with you and check on you. And if it does become, something that we don't get you during class, definitely pull us aside after class and ask us about it. And I'm always happy to take the time to help set anybody up and give you sort of, quote unquote, your numbers of your bike setup. Because it's really so important, in my opinion, that you're riding properly.
Well, I was riding with my saddle too low for a minute.
Yeah.
And I think either you said something.
I definitely said something to you.
Or I noticed my reflection in the mirror in Baltimore when I was sitting in the saddle, and I'm like, I don't think this is right.
I think it's that's very common. I think
because you're not in the saddle a lot.
No.
But it is helpful. Even when you're tapping back or doing specific choreo, it's helpful to have your saddle at the right position.
Yeah, all of it. So I think that's really exciting. I'm really happy about adding that to our schedule.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Speaking of spinning, we did get a DM. So this wasn't a voicemail from the SpeakPipe, but we got a DM to our Spin Cycle Pod Instagram. And it says, have you and Jen ever thought of doing an instructor workshop?
Yep. Well, ironically, another thing we've been talking about for a very long time, that's 100% something that we are tossing around. And so I would keep your eyes open for that. Details are definitely going to come. Instructor workshop. It'll be a limited number of people. And
just to clarify this question, Kate and I don't want to put her on blast because I'm not sure if she wants to be broadcasted on the podcast. But this did come from another instructor in Delaware.
Yeah.
Who is interested in learning from us. And I think that that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a great idea too. And I think we've had in the past people ask us about the same thing. So it's definitely been on my radar, your radar, and it will be something that is coming. So I would just say, yeah, I think it's a great idea. And for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really great. I'm really excited about that. I'll have to respond to her DM. I've left her on red, and I didn't want to respond to it until we recorded this.
Uh-oh.
episode.
Well, I mean, you better not leave her on red for too long, right?
Oh no, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna let her know that we just recorded the response
Yeah.
on the podcast. And then
Okay.
I'll also give her
Okay. So, I got a question for you. Speaking of like leaving somebody on red, and this is a conversation I was having earlier, and I want to know. So, if somebody posts picture or something on Instagram, because I'm not on there that much, and I sometimes, like, some days I'll be like, oh, I like it, I heart it, and then other times I just don't, for no reason. Not because I didn't think about it, or I just was scrolling so fast. Is there, like, when people will like respond or heart or to a post, like, do you have to always like respond? Because does it come across like you don't like them? Like, if you don't, you know what I mean? Like if you see something and you don't respond and like with an action.
Yeah.
Like, I think nowadays, people really expect everybody to like, oh, that's awesome, that's beautiful, you look so pretty, and like, and I may think it, but I may not respond. So I'm wondering, should I be responding to all those things? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's
So okay. Say you post a picture, right?
Yes.
If you are posting a picture as someone who doesn't use Instagram that often, you are posting. I feel like everyone uses their social media for different reasons, and your personal Instagram, when you take a look at it, there are pictures of your family. There are pictures from Italy. If you look at Tribe's Instagram, Instagram in general is free marketing, right? And then if you look at the Spin Cycle Pod's Instagram, that's free marketing. That's helping us market. So there are different ways to go about your point of view and the perspective of social media. So if you're going to make a post and it is of yourself because you like the way you look, or you just want to remember something on your social media of you and your sister or your family, then if you were to receive any kind of comment on it or any kind of like, it's going to make you feel good. It's going to like send a signal to your brain that
for sure
appreciate what you're putting out there. And to be honest, since you don't post very often, you're going to get a lot of love.
Okay.
And when someone likes your post, there isn't a way for you to respond. It's just saying like, oh, wow, that's really nice. Like that person liked my post.
Sure.
Or on the other end, it's like, wait, did this person see it? Did they not see it? And there is a way for you to tell if they saw it or not. If you share it to your story, you can see who's watching your story.
Oh.
And then if they don't like it, then you know that they saw it, but they didn't like it.
And well, that's my point. Like, do you get offended by that? Like, I mean, I don't, because I don't know that I've ever really thought about it that deep. However, this conversation I was having was like, a lot of young people nowadays, like, it's a different generation, right? Like, I think they're looking at those things a little bit deeper than I'm looking at them. And, it makes me worry for people like, oh gosh, like, are they sort of on autopilot and just being like, I like, you look great, you look great.
Right.
But, or is it just, does it mean something? Because or is it passive aggressive of like, I'm not going to like that. You know what I mean? Like I think I
love this conversation right now.
So confusing. And I just, because I'm not in it. And we were talking about sort of younger kids and how it was affecting their mental health with it. So I was worried about it. But then I was like, gosh, I never heart things like I don't really necessarily think about it. Some days I do, some days I don't. Like, I don't.
Yes.
I don't know why.
So when it comes to social media too, it's really easy to overconsume just about anything, especially on social media. And you have to be really self-aware of what you are consuming. And I feel like when you asked me like how I feel about that, I have my blinders on when I'm on social media. Because that's where I spend a majority of my time. That's a part of my job with Tribe. It's a part of my job with my own personal brand. And so when I'm on Instagram, if I don't pay attention to the task at hand, I'm going to doom scroll. For 20 minutes. And I could have made 2 reels or started a project within Instagram with that 20 minutes. So I have to be really like I really have to like hone in on what I've got going on. But there also is a leisurely way to be with Instagram. Like, did you just hear my stomach? Oh my gosh. Wonder if the microphone's gonna pick up my stomach. Oh my gosh. But sometimes, that's another thing too. Like a lot of folks use Instagram as just a way to get away from work, whereas Instagram is my work.
Yeah.
And
it's more fun. It's a fun, it is different for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't use Instagram as much because sometimes I know how it can affect, my outlook on things, and I don't want it to affect one way or another. And I want to have my own thought about something.
Yeah.
Although I do find myself sometimes loving to see like new products and this and like I'm a sucker for the shop now.
Oh, I see the algorithm on Tribe Cycle.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, oh, what's that? What's that cute lipstick? What's that sweatshirt? Like, yeah, I'm a sucker for that. So I have to sometimes just stay away. But I do think it's important to encourage people sometimes just to put down your social media, especially if you're really young. Like, it's okay. Like, I know that the amount of time people are on social media and on the internet and all that stuff. It's just like, I get worried for them, but I'm also, I'm just a whole different generation than you. And then there's a whole generation beyond you.
Right.
That's, so it's, you got to think about it and, take a step back and just kind of live in the moment and live life and see what's around you and talk to people and go out. I was talking to somebody about, like, I don't feel like people date as much anymore. My generation, we were out all the time. Like, we were doing things all the time socially because we didn't have Instagram. We didn't have any of this stuff when we were younger. So we had to connect face to face.
Yeah.
This way, it kind of alleviates that. You can still connect, but you're not face to face.
Right.
So
it's also challenging
this
too.
Is another topic.
Yeah. We didn't even have this written down to talk about.
I know. I don't know how
but there's a negative side to it, like your camera being on your phone, because now I have a 1-year-old and all I want to do is take pictures, and the phone is still in my hand, which he isn't seeing a camera, he's seeing my phone, which it's like, okay, how am I going to explain this to him as he's getting older? Like, is he going to know that the phone is my job? That's mommy's work.
Right. Well, no, he's not. He's going to, I think this, as the generations keep on coming, I think there was a whole group of children who they call them iPad kids. Like these kids had iPads in their hands before they could, do much.
Yeah.
And they were playing games, sitting, they were being occupied. You got to be really careful and really conscious. It's no different than a TV.
Right.
I know you're very careful about how much TV Jackson would watch. Like
he doesn't watch TV.
Well, that's my point. So you're not putting him in front of that, but he is seeing, the phone screen. So it's still a screen.
Right.
So, you got to find that balance of, what's going to be his.
When he sees it, he's just seeing his reflection.
Oh, gosh.
He knows that he can see himself within it.
Yeah.
He's not like playing on it or anything. Like,
yet.
He isn't like given that.
A minute.
Well, I feel like I'm going to be using that when you and I want to go out for a drink, and that's going to be the only thing that keeps him.
Yeah. I mean, guess what? I did it too. I don't know.
Well, I know John and I are on the same page about an iPad. However, he's going to need to know how to use an iPad when he goes to school.
Oh.
And I don't want him to like be behind. This is a whole other topic.
We can stop here because I think that's enough of this. But we should definitely, because this could go on. And I think a lot of people can relate.
I could talk about social media for an hour.
Yes, you could. And we cannot do that. But I know a lot of you have kids and, or have experienced some of this stuff that we're talking about. So we can, delve into, if you have any questions or you want to talk to us about it, I'm happy to give you my 2 cents about it. It may not be what you want to hear though. Put your phone down,
Yeah.
Live life, be present, be in the moment.
Yeah.
Because it's, to me, so important. So listen, there's one last thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
And because we forgot to talk about it.
Okay.
So I got Mike a Valentine's Day present. So he loves Oreo cookies. Okay. Have you heard about these new Oreo cookies? And I didn't hear about them until my friend Toby told me about them.
So I saw that they existed because a a rider posted on her Instagram stories
Yes.
of them, and I was like, those look good.
Yeah. So like anytime I'd see Oreos at the grocery store, I'd buy any like special, like fancy Oreo. Well, these I specifically liked a lot. And Toby told me about them. So I immediately went and looked, and sure enough, they were there. And they were limited edition. You could pre-order them. I didn't know this, but I found them in the grocery store.
Oh my gosh.
So right before the Thanksgiving, right before
Are those guitar picks?
Valentine's Day. Yes, they're Post Malone Oreos.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you see this? The bag's got Post Malone's signature and everything on it, right there in the bottom.
Wow,
right
you
corner.
have an autograph.
Mike's like, but he signed it. I was like, yeah, well, not really, but yeah. So, but they're salted caramel Oreos. One side of the cookie, and it's a record.
Caramel.
The cookie is designed as a record,
Oh wow.
and so it's one side is chocolate, one's vanilla, and the inside it's like a salted caramel cream. So I just didn't know. I said I needed to show you.
Are we gonna? Am I allowed to eat one?
Yeah, you want to try one?
Yeah.
Don't tell Mike. You're eating his Valentine.
You haven't even opened it.
I gave him 2 boxes. He already ate one already.
Jeez. Okay. Wow. All right.
You tell me what. Tell me what you
This
think.
one isn't a record. It's a horse.
Well, he's the little country. That's perfect for you then. What do you think?
It's
Do you always eat your Oreos like that? Oh my God! So she separated it. Are you kidding?
Mm-mm.
So she opened the cookie and ate one half with the cream and left the other side for the second.
PM.
Oh, how do you eat your Oreo cookies? Because I just stick the cookie in my mouth and I eat it. I don't separate it.
I look Becky's about to fall off her little stool over there.
So let's wrap it up. But I do want to. We've got 2 more things. One thing is I know in March both of my sisters are coming out to visit, and they are. My mom turns 80, so I'm so excited about having a birthday party for her. But my sisters are both going to be here, so we're going to bring them on, right? So we're going to bring them on our podcast.
We need to maybe get some new, other microphones.
Yeah, we could just share, probably.
Yeah, probably.
We might have 2 more microphones still, though. We could try to hook them up. But, I just wanted them to come on and talk a little bit about the branding of Tribe. So, when we started Tribe, I was really fortunate in that I had 2 people in my life, well, more than 2, but these 2, most important, my sister Rebecca and my sister Mindy, they were sort of the creative side of it. Rebecca, my sister here, who's here today, she did our logo and helped to work out the whole brand of everything. Mindy is a photographer, and she did a lot of all of that back end stuff with that. So, if you're starting a business, like what it takes to be to get into, building a brand, they may be able to give you a little bit of insight on that. So I think that'll be fun to introduce you to them, and they're really important to me. But they were an integral part of building out Tribe.
I love when you tell me the stories of when you guys were first building it out. I just think that's really special.
Yeah.
So
yeah, from all of it. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. And then I guess last we've got something to give away.
Yes. So the Comfort Hoodie and the Wonderskin Lip Liner. I'm pulling up my laptop for those of you that aren't watching us. So what I did was I put all 32 entries into a wheel of names. But we're showing you my laptop, the wheel of names here.
And here are your prizes right here.
All right. Do you want to click it?
Sure. There it's spinning.
Drum roll.
So this is for the hoodie?
It's for the hoodie, and it's for, gosh, Danielle Barch.
Danielle,
Congratulations, girl. So you won the Comfort Hoodie and the Wonderskin Lip Liner. Congratulations. We'll make sure that we get that to you.
Congrats.
Well, we sure did cover a lot.
We did.
Oh my God.
We got a little off track. But I thought it was
but I love talking about social media. So.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
Yes, we will. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And that's a wrap on this week's episode of The Spin Cycle.
We'll be back next Monday with a brand new episode.
Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow the show on all social media at Spin Cycle Pod. Thank you guys again for tuning in.